Chapter 13. It is on Ludlow Avenue that I discover a Middle Eastern restaurant, which back home would just be called simply a restaurant. The Middle Eastern restaurant I discovered is called Alibaba. It is squeezed between a shop called Pangea, which does not seem to sell prehistoric supercontinents, but ladies' hats and scarves, and a restaurant called The Great Wall, which sells food that my cousin Sarah tells me is Chinese. The first few times I only walk by Alibaba. I do not go inside. I am scared that I do not belong in a Middle Eastern restaurant in the middle of America. I am scared that the only place in Middle America that I belong is a Middle Eastern restaurant. On the seventh walk by, I decide to swallow my fear. I pretend I am my brother Isa, deciding to march in the streets, deciding to never call a sister. I am bold and fearless and do not care what people think. I push open the door, and at once I feel at home, greeted by old friends, the smell of cumin and thyme, the strong scent of Arabic coffee brewing on a stove in the back of the kitchen. Marhaba, I call out, more to the smells than to anyone. But a girl emerges from the kitchen. I recognize her. I have seen her in the halls. She is the only girl in my school who wears a headscarf. She is taller than me, but has a young face. Her head is wrapped with a scarf the color of an eggplant or a bruise. She asks in Arabic if I speak Arabic, and even though her Arabic is good, I can tell she is a native English speaker by the shape of her mouth and the way the words slide out unbent by the athletic tongue of someone who was born speaking Arabic. She motions for me to take a seat at a table in the back of the restaurant. Wait for me, she says, this time in English. I drum on the table with my fingers in the same way I used to watch Issa do when he would take me out to the sandwich shop, and we would wait for our order of falafel and hummus and extra tahini sauce. It feels like it has been a very long time. Too much waiting. I am always saying too in English when I mean so. And I am about to leave, but then the girl comes back. She has a tray full of shawarma, falafel, hummus, pickles, olives, fresh bread. My mouth waters, and then I see at the end of the tray there is a small metal teapot, and it looks exactly like the one Auntie Amal used to pour us our tea during Astronie. My eyes water and tears spill out, and I think the girl is going to ask me what is wrong, but instead she says, I'm Layla, and I say, I'm Jude. Chapter 14. These are the things I know about Layla. She is in grade 8, whereas I am in grade 7. I also know that her baba, Samir, is from Lebanon, and her mama, Dacia, is also from there. They run the restaurant Alibaba together. Her mama manages the kitchen, and her baba manages everything else, which is an American phrase that I don't quite understand. Layla has never been to Lebanon, and she picks my brain for every tiny detail about the Middle East. You're so lucky you've been there, she says. I'm here now, I say. But that's lucky too, she insists. And I know she is thinking of those towns nearby mine, the ones that have been overtaken by the men with the stolen tanks, the ones where people are afraid to walk down the street. Lucky, I repeat. Chapter 15. One of my favorite things about my new neighborhood is that the university is right nearby, so in the afternoons there are always students walking up and down the sidewalks, holding coffee and talking fast. I like to sometimes pretend that Isa is one of them, carrying his backpack on only one shoulder and talking fast on his way back to his basement apartment. I spend a lot of time walking around outside, my hands tucked into the pockets of the fancy new coat that Aunt Michelle bought for me. The coat is the color of roses and lined with white fleece, and it is as beautiful as it is soft. So beautiful, in fact, that when I showed it to Mama, I expected her to scoff because it came from Aunt Michelle. But even Mama couldn't deny that it is beautiful. And I feel beautiful when I wear it. Beautiful and American, gliding down Ludlow Avenue past the students talking fast.